Am I live? Am I live? I think I'm live. Okay. Uh, Happy New Year. It's January 2nd, 2023, brand new year. If you don't know who I am, the ticker's down below. It says Mike Duffy from don'tgethacked.ca. So I am a cybersecurity expert, data expert. I've been in the IT industry a decade and a half, going on to 2 decades. So I've been there, seen that. I've seen a ton of disasters. I want to talk about why you need to be proactive. And I know a lot of business owners out there may already have IT company. They may already have employees, an employee who's handling all their IT, and that is great. But there's a couple things we need to know going forward. Why you need to have a proactive plan to recover your business in case of, doesn't matter how big your business is either. You could be a solopreneur, you could have a small, under 5 employee company with everybody scattered across the world. You could have 10 employees on site. It doesn't matter what size your business is. You still need to have a plan to be proactive to recover your business in case of flood, fire, theft, user error, hackers. If I sound a little groggy, I've been sick for the last couple of days. I've been sleeping it off, but I wanted to start doing daily live streams just to remind all the business owners out there or potential new business owners out there, you need to be proactive. It is so much more cost effective to be proactive with your business plan when you're mapping out your technology requirements and how to be safe and secure. And everything ends up costing money. As business owners, you all know that everything at the end of the day costs money. However, if you can be proactive with that technology, with your technology costs, and actually have them monthly, you're going to end up saving so much more money compared to paying hourly for someone to come up and set, reactionary services always end up costing more money because you're going to be paying the most for hourly rates. You're going to be paying emergency rates if somebody has to come and clean up a disaster after a disaster. Data recovery services, you're looking at minimum $1,000-$2,000 for every instance of data recovery, where that $1,000 covers my company services for 1 year for your one computer. So when you're looking at the big picture, being proactive is so much more cost effective than being reactive. Anyway, so being proactive in business planning can have a number of benefits. Some of the main benefits include, number one, improved decision making. By proactively thinking about different scenarios and planning for them, you can make more informed decisions about how to move forward with your business. In the case of a disaster happening, if you already have a plan to get yourself and your business up and running when you've lost a computer or your website's gone down or social media has been hit or whatever the case may be, like, we need to know anyway. Number two, increased efficiency. By thinking ahead and planning out your actions, you can save time and resources in the long run by avoiding last-minute decision-making and reacting to unexpected situations. What are those unexpected situations? Computer gets lost, computer gets stolen, hackers get in and delete all your stuff. Like, there's so many unexpected situations that you as a business owner, I know you're not ready to handle those. And any disaster could literally wipe you off. Like, if you lose any customer data, your business is done. This is why we need to be proactive about your data planning and your data backups. Third reason for being proactive is enhanced competitiveness. Proactive planning can help you stay ahead of the curve and anticipate changes in the market, giving you a competitive edge over other businesses. What that is pointing out is, if you've got a plan, what, I don't know what the word is. Anyway, yeah, whatever. I'm going to move on. I've got all these notes. So, number four, the reason for benefit of being proactive: greater control. By proactively planning, you can take control of your business's direction and make sure that you're working toward your desired outcomes. Number five, higher likelihood of success. Proactive planning can help you identify your potential problems and opportunities early on, allowing you to address them before they become major issues. This can increase the chances of success for your business. So if you got a game plan, yeah, there's going to be bullshit that pops up, or you know, there's always, like in IT, there's so many things that can go wrong. But if you've got a plan, you can say, okay, this needs to be taken care of. This needs to be taken care of. It's not going to be a big deal. You're not going to have all that. Like, I know business owners, they get upset that, oh, my email's not working, or my email newsletters aren't going out, or this or this or this or this. So if you got a plan, you can say, okay, this person's in charge of this. This needs to be, if things don't work, you don't need to get stressed out about it. You just move on and say, okay, shit broke in December, or this didn't go out as planned, or this broke, or this didn't do what we expected it to do. Well, let's mark that off on our business plan, our marketing plan, whatever you're calling that particular plan, and let's next week, next month, spend more effort in making sure that it works. You know what? I for a living, I fix computers. I make sure customers know where their data is, and we make sure their backups work. And sometimes the backups just don't work, and we need to have a plan B, plan C, because maybe the environment is not good enough for running backups, or internet connection's too slow for encrypted. Like, there's always some wrench that's going to be thrown into your plan. But if you got a plan, you can just say, okay, this didn't work. And, when you're reviewing it a couple years later, you're like, okay, this didn't work, and this didn't. Number one plan A didn't work, plan B didn't work, plan C didn't work. But we know this is what our plan is going to be going forward. And you don't have to spend so many resources. You've got a plan. You can show all the once your business grows, you can show all the stakeholders what the well-defined plan is that I, Mike from don'tgethacked.ca, have created for you. And you don't have to spend so much energy and resources on re-educating everybody what your plan is. If you're planning to build a business to sell it in the future, if you have all your IT stuff documented, if you've got your backups documented, if you've got your social media strategy documented, if you've got everything documented, your business will be considered more valuable for a potential sale to a potential buyer. If you have nothing documented, you're going to be doing all that work before you to go sell it. And I know, because I've been in business for a decade and a half, 16, 17 years now. And I've had clients tell me, hey, we're selling our business. Can you document everything that you've done for us? They're break fix customers without a monthly contract, customers who are paying per hour for break fix support. And they're paying for, I'll create them a plan at the end of the day, but it's not going to be a really good plan. It's not going to be that valuable for them, because it's just going to show that they were not prepared to sell. They don't know where all their assets are. They don't know where their backups are. They're just paying break fix to kind of, keep a messy disorganization going. So anyway, I'm Mike from don'tgethacked.ca, and we want you to be proactive with your business. We want you to be proactive with your data planning. So we want to make sure that that we know where all your computer data is. We know where your email system is. We know what technology your website's built on. Where do you get all your business leads from? We're just mapping out all your business processes, so you have a clearer decision on, that's the basics. We want to make sure what computer inventory you have, when you need to replace it, what data, we map out your business processes, so we know what data is important to keep and back up, and what data really needs to be backed up in 3 different places. So that's the basics: is cybersecurity protection and business process documentation, and then data backups. 3 data backups. However, what we also want to be thinking about going forward is penetration. So once we have the basics covered on our very affordable monthly plans, once we've got your plan built and we know where your data backups are, we want to do penetration testing. And what penetration testing is You may have heard of it. You may have no idea what Mike from Don't Get Hacked is talking about. Penetration testing is simulating cyber attacks on your computer system, network, web application, social media accounts to test your defenses. It helps us identify vulnerabilities that an attacker could exploit and provides you with a report of those vulnerabilities along with recommendations on how to fix them. So there are several reasons why you should consider conducting penetration testing on your IT infrastructure. And what does Mike mean about penetration testing? Well, from inside your network, we want to know how many security exploits you have. Like if you get hit with a virus or a hacker, like what are they gonna what's a bad how are the bad guys gonna get into, how are they gonna get stuff out of your network, and how are they gonna get into your network? That's what penetration testing is. We're hackers. At the end of the day, the computer guys are hackers, and we want to know how we protect you is really based on how are the bad guys going to get in and make a mess, right? So number one, we want to improve security. Penetration testing can help you identify and fix vulnerabilities in your system before they're exploited by attackers. We really want to know, if you're running old operating systems, there's still Windows XP, there's still Windows 7, and there's Windows 10 systems out there, all full of security holes. There's, lots of customers using older Macs as well. Macs do get viruses, and Macs still have their own problems, security flaws, exploits, all that stuff. So if we know what holes you have in your current products that you're using, because at the end of the day, everybody's using a computer or a phone or a tablet to run their business. Well, what security holes do you have in your business, and how can the hackers go after you? That's what we want to know. Number two, meet compliance requirements. Many industry regulations, such as PCI DSS, require regular pen testing. That's credit card transactions, require regular pen testing to ensure that organizations are maintaining secure systems. I know this happens. Any customers that have point of sale in their retail store, you need to, you're not able to run a point of sale box in your retail store unless your network has passed certain compliance requirements. So anyway, number three, protect sensitive data. If you handle sensitive customer data, such as credit card numbers or personal information, it's important to make sure your systems are secure to protect the data from being accessed by unauthorized parties. That could be unauthorized parties in your own network, and that could be unauthorized parties from outside the network. What would be unauthorized parties inside your network? Well, unsecure Wi-Fi in your business, customers, employees coming and unplugging things in your office. Like, do you have any spare? Once people have access to your internal network, it doesn't matter if it's kids, employees, spouses, they bring their own device. Are their own devices secure? Well, this is why you need to do penetration testing and see if there's any rogue or bad things on your network that you're unaware of. Number four, maintain customer trust. If a data breach occurs and customer data is compromised, it can damage your reputation and lead to a loss of trust. Penetration testing can help prevent such breaches and maintain customer trust. Number five, save money. It is generally less expensive to fix vulnerabilities during the testing phase than it is to clean up after a data breach. Penetration testing can help you avoid costly security breaches and downtime. So how are we going to save you money by doing how are we going to save you money? Well, proactiveness. You're going to be looking at, if you go to our website, our prices are there, $97 a month for one computer, and that is your cybersecurity monitoring, that is your automatic patch updates, that is your online all the 24/7 call center, encrypted online backups. That's the basis. So then you're going to be spending about $1,000 a year for basic cybersecurity support, where I know if you have a hacker comes in and you get wiped out, you're going to be paying that, loss of business. Usually computer rates for break fix support anywhere from $200 to $400 an hour in Calgary. So you know what, when we deal with data hackers or data loss situations or whatever, we know the bill's going to be a couple $1,000s minimum. It times that by X amount of employees. Ransomware attacks usually end up costing you about 6 figures after systems are rebuilt, business processes are redocumented, employees are going to get, there's just so many costs that come with being reactionary. New computers cost money, new servers cost money, there's so many costs involved with cleaning up a disaster. And that's only hackers. So when you're dealing with flood, fire, theft, you're not going to get likely not going to get your stuff back. So all your data is lost. If you got no backups, your data is lost. Your computers are stolen. Flood, computers are usually damaged. Data recovery is going to cost a couple $1,000s per computer. You have to buy new computers, thousands of dollars there. Fire, well, everything's melted. Data recovery's maybe possible, probably not possible. It's still going to be like everything when it comes to reacting to any type of disaster is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. But proactive support is literally $1,000 per year. So just to give you kind of per employee, it's about $1,000 per year. Cost may be a little bit lower. Cost may be a little bit higher, just depending on how many backups you need, what type of cloud services you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, when you hire Don't Get Hacked, when you hire us at Don't Get Hacked, we have forms for you to fill out. So what you're going to do is we're going to inventory everything. We're going to inventory all your data sources. We're going to inventory whatever backups you have, stakeholders, all that type of stuff to build a picture of what type of plan you actually need to have everything documented in your business. So anyway, I am at 8. I was going to go for 5 minutes today, and I'm almost at 18 minutes. And you can tell my throat's getting a little scratchy. So anyway, just a daily broadcast for January 2nd, 2023. So Happy New Year. I just wanted to talk today about the cost of being proactive versus reactionary, and then the benefits of penetration testing, because I get a lot of customers asking me, why do we need to do penetration testing? And I'm like, you know what? The reason we need to do penetration testing is I'm not a bad guy. I don't know what all the new security holes are every day. There's going to be thousands, hundreds of thousands of security holes. And the reason we use cybersecurity monitoring is I want to know what the new threats are for your particular operating system. So if you're using Windows 10, what are the current security holes we're dealing with today? What are the current security holes we're dealing with in Google, Microsoft Office 365, Google Drive, social media platforms? You always see these weird things with social media where people's, issues with people getting locked out or scam messages, all this type of stuff. And we just need to know what the current scams are going on and how we protect you. And how do we protect you from the scams? Well, we make sure we have, this turned on, and we got your stuff backed up. So anyway, thanks for watching the broadcast. I got to rest my voice because I'm going to lose it again.